Hello and welcome to the Great Swamp of Krakow. We're going to do about 500 words each on 5 different swamp biomes over 5 videos. This is number 3. The Krakow Swamp is large by any metric. On Earth, it would be firmly in 3rd place by area. It's surrounded by mountains on 200 degrees of its perimeter and fed by 5 major rivers. These merge at various points, finally exiting as 2. Each of these already deep enough for small galleys to travel. It's a hot swamp with a noticeable winter, but only by the standards of someone who's never shoveled snow. Frost is never a threat here. Heat stroke always is. This is a nightmare swamp for anyone with a weakness to biting insects, the spiders who eat them, or the snakes who eat them. You could fill a compendium on Krakow's food chains. Ground level is dominated by reptiles and dinosaur types. You have some of the largest crocs around. You have 100-foot water moccasins and armor-plated snapping turtles. In the water are river sharks, but they spend most of their time running from the acid blaster toads. Giant electric eels, mad-eye piranha, and freshwater poison-fang starfish are just a few entries on the list of why I need to spend more time building my library on D&D Beyond. The forest canopy is the home of mammals, mostly in the form of monkeys, bats, and big cats. Finally, the skies are primarily the home of flying dinosaurs. There are layers upon these layers, dozens of dangerous plants, and then come the humans and smart monsters. There are trolls in abundance, along with a slotty stronghold, because why not? Have you ever heard me talk about biome islands? No, still not those kinds of islands. In a nutshell, a biome island is a bit of land that stands out from its surroundings, like 20 acres of forest, lost in 500,000 acres of plains. The Krakow has 2 of these. First are the Gobli Mountains. These are 3 somewhat isolated peaks that break up the northeastern quadrant of the Krakow. Technically, they are part of the ranges that border the swamp, so they don't break the Lonely Mountain rule, but that's more of a guideline than a rule, really. These 3 peaks are blank canvases where you as the DM can place anything you're interested in working with. You can even make them volcanic if you want. The second biome islands are ironically lakes, and you better believe they have islands just to muddle things up even more. The Sorobu and the Kitchi are respectable bodies of water plenty deep enough to fully qualify as lakes surrounded by water. These are much different biomes, so obviously there's going to be a lot of overlap between the freshwater swamps and the lakes. There are more true fish out in the open water. Thinking about it, our swamp sharks should probably prefer it here, and only exist in the actual swamp as youth that are getting outcompeted by adults in the lakes. The real lesson of the Krakow is just how much adventure that you can pack into a relatively small area. This is something I've stressed in other videos. You can keep a party occupied in something the size of Germany or Spain, year after year after year. The party could easily cross this region in just a couple of weeks of effort, but they could spend a lifetime searching out every nook and cranny. You can spend a whole campaign finding reasons to push the party back into the swamp. The first time they only penetrate a mile or 2, and it's almost enough to kill them. That case of red fever almost killed the fighter. Later they are tempted in by treasure when a map leads them to an old ruin. Luckily, they got out with only a mild case of bone rot. At 5th level, it was a necessity. The world was literally coming to an end, and only the PCs could end the menace. That's when they learned that a simple cure disease wouldn't cure just anything. Now the party are leading experts on the Krakow, so their inboxes are flooded daily with inquiries on possible missions. Well, that was fast. We've come to another end. Do the stuff, my friends. My fate is in your hands. Hitting the like button helps. Subbing and commenting help even more. If you do nothing, I'm still glad that you stopped by. You are all important to this world. Cheers.